All right! I love the future!
It's all theoretical, man. It's very hard to say what it would have looked like, you know?
It's a process,
yeah,
right?
it is
like,
a process.
It's a process, yeah. Yeah, we're all trying to figure things out, I think. And like, for me, the most important thing is just to start, you know? And you've started something and you're working on it.
Yeah.
All right, what's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
What do we got in the bag?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right.
So.
Can I take that?
Yeah, yeah.
Just pop it over here.
This is what I've been teaching people how to make.
All right. Wow.
Maybe we stick it up to the cameras so people can see.
Yeah, well, I just want to look at it first, and then you guys can see.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, man. Try to open both cameras at the same time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Can I open it?
No.
Okay.
No, it has to stay closed. It's a sterile environment.
What is it?
So this is an oyster mushroom culture. I'll stick it up to the camera. Maybe you guys can see this culture. It's kind of white, and it's basically just a plastic container full of straw that I've grown a fungus on.
See?
Yeah, it's got a bit of contamination in it because I used old spawn, but that's fine.
Okay. Oh, I see a little bit there, but yeah.
But it had more contamination in it, so the fungus is out competing most of it.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's well out competing everything. And what's the medium that you're on?
Straw.
Straw.
Yep.
All right. Okay. And then how do you get the straw to be like uncontaminated or sterile?
So it's not actually sterile, it's pasteurized. Pasteurization is 70 degrees, sterilization is 100 degrees or over.
Yeah.
So yeah, we boil the straw for about 2 hours at around 70 degrees. And then we hoist it out and drain it, and then once it's cooled, we incorporate the fungus, like just on a bench, you know? You got to clean your hands, wipe the bench down. You incorporate all the fungus with the straw, and then just ram it into these containers, and stick the lid on, and away you go. This container has holes drilled in it, in a lattice kind of shape.
So later on, you will drill holes.
No, they're already drilled. See these white, white tape bits?
Right.
So I've used medical tape because it's breathable.
Okay. I'll just hold it up to the camera so you guys can see that. There's like tape there.
Yeah, so those are holes, and the mushroom will grow out of the sites that are oxygen rich. Basically, I keep this thing in the dark because if I had it in the light, then it would start growing mushrooms.
So you're waiting. When are you gonna grow mushrooms out of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just waiting until it gets like super white like this.
Yeah, right. Because like all over. And
that's when it's fully colonized the media, and then it started to build up its carbohydrate stores.
Okay.
Yeah, because
and then it can flower.
Yeah, over time, this will actually shrink as it sucks materials out of the culture and produces mushrooms. As far as I've read, it'll actually convert pound for pound, or like gram for gram of material into mushrooms.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get like this whole thing's worth of mushroom coming out of it, like
pretty much. I mean, like it'll probably only pull 50% of it out, because it has to like have a structure to live on.
Right.
You know?
Okay. It's smart stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably get maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5 flushes out of it, but the first flush is always the best by a long shot.
Did you see that experiment where the mushroom went through the maze?
Yes.
That's
crazy.
It
rerouted, it remapped Japan's subway system in the most like effective method possible.
Wow, that's a crazy experiment. Yeah, for those at home who don't know, I don't know if you want to run through it.
I can't remember what the experiment's called.
So if you do. There were 2 different experiments, the mapping, whatever. But the one that I saw was they made a maze, and they let the mushroom kind of grow through the maze because they put a food source at the end of it.
Yeah.
And the mushroom actually eventually found its way through the maze.
Yeah.
To the food source, right? Then they took a little cutting of it, and they regrafted it onto a new maze, not the exact same maze, but a new copy of it, with the food at the front. And the mushroom didn't just grow randomly.
Yeah, it followed the perfect path.
No, it actually just went straight over.
Oh, shit.
The fastest path was actually straight over. I mean, it's not a rat. It doesn't have to go through the maze.
Yeah.
It just grew like straight over to the food, and that was it. And it didn't use any extra resources. Like I mean that shows that it has memory.
Yep.
It almost has like spatial recognition, and it passes on that memory to its children or whatever.
Well, fungi
it's crazy,
more closely related to animals than they are plants. So we actually have a direct ancestor with fungi. It's called a Paisley conta. You can look that up online. It's Spelled with an O.
Right.
Opicl. No,
That's okay. Just Google it.
Yeah, Google it. Apaislaconta. And so basically, when we diverged from Apaislaconta into fungi and animalia, fungi developed externalized respiratory and digestive systems, enzymatic digestive systems, whereas as animals becoming terrestrial, we have to move to get our food, and we store it inside like a sack. We developed internalized respiratory and digestive systems. Yeah, but we use the same enzymatic digestive systems, the same kind of respiratory systems. It's just the fungus systems that are externalized, and it lives on a micro scale. Yeah,
but it's the same.
But it still traverses the
really
environment, hunting for food. Did you know that oyster mushrooms hunt nematodes?
In what way?
They create these little traps.
Yeah,
and so like oyster mushrooms naturally live in like standing deadwood.
Yes.
So like the cabbage tree is a really great example. The phoenix oyster grows on a cabbage tree. And so like in the wild, these mushrooms would naturally grow out of standing branches, and inside these branches there are a lot of insects and bugs that bore holes. And one of them is a nematode, which is like a microscopic worm. And so the fungus, the word is nematogenous. Oyster mushrooms are nematogenous. They eat nematodes.
Crazy.
They literally hunt them.
So
it's like cordyceps, killing
insects and stuff. Yeah.
It creates these little traps, like imagine like that, and then the nematode swims through, and it triggers the trap, and it snaps shut. And
it's a mushroom.
Yeah.
That's
Look it
insane.
up, man.
That's insane, bro.
I was reading about it on Google, and that word came up. Wow. It's how they get nitrogen in the environment, because there's very little nitrogen in wood.
So they're sucking it from nematodes,
the
plants and stuff. That's crazy, dude. I heard, I read last night that cordyceps, they're parasitic, and they will enter into like wasps or ants or like other worms and stuff like that. But there's a type of cordyceps that will enter into other mushrooms and use other mushrooms as a parasite.
Today,
That is mad.
Yeah.
And specifically, they target other mushrooms.
Yeah.
They don't. That species won't do anything anywhere else.
It's
Microparasitic. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah.
So what's going on in this container?
Okay.
This mold is called trichoderma. It's bad news. It's fucking real bad news. If this gets a foothold in my operation, it could spell bankruptcy.
Right.
Yeah.
So we do not open that. No. What is it? It's just it just easily populates, like.
Yeah. Well, it's a microparasite. It eats. It uses chitinase to break down the cell wall of the fungus.
Of other fungus.
Yeah.
Of other fungi. Wow, that's crazy. All right. Okay.
But you can use trichoderma to impart fungal resistance to plants. It's being studied and used in the wine industry because grapevines get heavily parasitized by powdery mildew and other types of rot, like root rot, and so you can
so you can actually train a mushroom.
You can inoculate grapevines with trichoderma, and it imparts an immune response to the plant against fungal pathogens.
That is incredible.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we do this with fungi, like eating cordyceps, reishi, chaga, lion's mane, turkey tail. It's the same thing. Ants, the leafcutter ant has had a 45 to 55 million year relationship with a fungus. You might have seen like those videos of ants carrying like leaves and twigs and stuff.
Yeah, they're
in
Amazon,
right?
They don't eat that shit.
No, they take it into their nests. Feed it to a mushroom.
Feed it to a mushroom.
Yes,
that's right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a species of Macrolipiota. Parasol.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they cultivate the mycelium is the word, the fungus, and they feed it to their young. They eat it themselves. It's how they get carbohydrate. But more than that, it imparts them with immunity toward things like cordyceps, because cordyceps is one that parasitizes the leafcutter ant.
Wow.
Yeah, so the mushroom gives it microbial resistance.
That is insane, bro. So that's, again, that kind of relationship kind of thing. Like,
the queen has a specially developed pouch in her mouth. And when a new queen is born, to
replace the old one,
create a new colony, she carries a pellet of the fungus in a specialized pouch in her mouth to start a new culture. Like, if that's not symbiosis, I don't know what is.
That is mad.
It's
that's
crazy. How does this organism over time develop a pouch in its mouth to carry fungus?
That's like, the apocalypse is coming. What are you going to grab? Oh, I'm going to grab my mycelium. I'm going to grab my spores.
I'm going to grab the key to infinite food production.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, dude. Like, you can turn trash into treasure. You know, I'm fucking obsessed with waste, you know, like I drive past huge piles of mulch and I'm like, I need it.
Wow.
You know, because I can turn that into high value resources.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's just incredible, man. What else have you got? How are you feeling? I'm just checking with you.
I'm feeling good.
You feeling good?
I could do some more coffee if that's doable.
Yeah, that's definitely doable.
Cool.
And I'm wondering if, like maybe soon we'll like take a break. Also,
yeah, that sounds great.
Maybe sing a song or something.
Feed the fungus.
All right, tell me about this. What's feed the fungus?
Feed the
fungus. Get it on those
cameras
there.
Fungus. Okay, so what I've got in here, you might be able to see, is some tea bags. And again, I've got oyster mushroom culture growing in here. Maybe you want to read the little label I've got for the instructions.
All right, let me take a look.
I've got my face up in this camera. Yeah.
All right, so you got tea bags in there, and then you've got
coffee grounds at the bottom.
Coffee grounds at the bottom.
Yeah.
Great food, great nutrition.
It's also quite nitrogen rich, which is good.
Yeah, awesome. Please feed me your well-drained coffee waste and leave my lid cracked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I closed it when I was transporting it, but it can have some air.
All right. Now what's in this? What's going on?
So again, I've got oyster mushroom culture. Basically what I did was I stuck a little bit of well-drained coffee grounds at the bottom of this jar. And then I stuck basically just some chopped stem bases. You know, when I cook my mushrooms, I cut the bottom of the stem off.
Okay.
And so I just keep the cap and I stick the stems in a plastic bag in the fridge. And then when I've got some coffee grounds, I dice them up. And I stick a bit of coffee grounds in the bottom of the jar, not too much. Imagine it's a petri dish.
Yeah.
You know? And then I drop these cut stem bases all over the top. I don't mix them in, I stick it on the surface. And what happens is the fungus kind of spreads across the coffee grounds like a petri dish, which captures the media and makes it like sterile so no other organisms can get in. And then it grows down through the coffee grounds. Once it's colonized the coffee grounds, then I'll start adding more materials, maybe more coffee grounds, maybe tea bags. But it has to be fresh, because otherwise you get fungal contamination like penicillin. But oyster mushroom will outcompete and even consume penicillin. I've seen that happen. And so you guys might be able to see the white stuff. That's fungus growing up through the tea bags. You can see the white patches on the bottom of the jar where the oyster mushroom's grown down through the coffee. And so I have been trying to minimize my coffee intake, but I am still drinking a lot of tea, which is still highly caffeinated. And so I've opted for tea bags instead of coffee grounds now, which seems to be working just fine.
That's incredible.
That's
amazing.
My next workshop is on the 18th of August.
Yes. 18th of August. 2 more weeks. 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks. Yeah. On what? Saturday?
Saturday. Yes.
Saturday. Yeah.
We already have 5 people. Our limit is 15. So if you guys want to join that, feel free to send me an email or get me on Facebook at thefungusfederation@gmail.com or look up the Fungus Federation Limited on Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah,
totally, bro. It's gonna be a good workshop. I imagine
the last one was very successful.
Yeah, cool.
In 3 weeks, people are starting to grow mushrooms. Like, that's quicker than it's happened before. So
so you show people how to do things like this.
Yeah,
and this.
I teach people how to make this, but not only do I teach people how to make this thing, I teach them how to replicate it.
Right.
So
themselves.
Once these mushrooms grow out of here, then you can save a part of the mushroom and make a new one of these. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the last sort of 10 workshops I did, I was using just plastic bags. But man, I could not stomach putting any more single-use plastic out into the environment.
This is reusable.
So I designed this so that it can be reused, and it's a much more effective fruiting structure than a plastic bag, because a plastic bag is quite flimsy and it gets holes in it and stuff. So it's much more prone to contamination too. And basically I also say to people, if you can't be If you can't be bothered doing it yourself, send us back the container, and we'll give you a discount on your next culture. We sell,
use it for someone else.
Yeah, we sell these cultures. If you don't want to come to the workshop, we sell them for $30. You can contact us on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you can this is literally ready to grow. Like, you can stick this on your kitchen bench, and in like a week and a half, you have fully grown mushrooms that you can cook and share with your friends.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. After you like keep it in the dark and let it populate, blah, 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 and then you can just, and then it'll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So as I say, if you guys want to join my workshop, hit me at the Fungus Federation Limited on Facebook, or thefungusfederation@gmail.com.
Nice, bro. Yeah, awesome.
All right! I love the future!